My name is Simon Jackson. I'm the 30-year-old founder and chairman of the Spirit Bear Youth Coalition. And for almost 20 years, I've been working to save one of the most unique creatures in the world, the rare white kermode or spirit bear, a genetically unique subspecies of the black bear that numbers fewer than 400 and can be found in only one small corner of the world, one small corner of Canada's west coast. My journey began with a letter writing campaign and has grown into making a major Hollywood animated movie and led to the largest land protection measure in North American history. But my journey began with failure. And I want to share with you why I think it's important to fail in order to succeed. You see, when I first found out about this bear, I was amazed that it existed. And what's more, it existed in only my home province of British Columbia. I wanted to do something. And of course, the answer of what to do was obvious. Talk to my friends at school. So, at the time, I went to all of the teachers and asked them if I could speak to the students and challenged them to write letters to the Premier BC, voicing their support for protecting this bear. Now, I hated public speaking at this time. I was nervous, I was shy, I had a stutter. But I knew I needed to overcome my fear if I was to get the message out. So I overcame that hurdle, got the message out, and by the end of the day, helped collect 700 letters to mail to the Premier BC. I thought that would be it. I thought 700 letters was too powerful to ignore. A few months later, I received a letter back in the mail from the Premier's office. I tore it open with anxious excitement. And inside was a form letter, thanking me for my interest in the issue, but telling me quite clearly that what I was asking for would never be achieved. And I was shocked. But you know what? I didn't give up. Not because I was special or gifted or particularly stubborn, though there might be some people who would disagree with that. But really, it was born out of the fact that I looked to my history and other people's histories to see that when one person is passionate about something and they choose to make their voice heard, anything cannot be overcome. And sometimes it's impossible to see how one person can make a difference in their daily lives. But we've, of course, got to step back and realize it's not the individual acts, but it's the sum total of all our acts that'll be written the history of our journeys. And for me, I had seen when I was 7 years old, through the power of a lemonade stand and a couple of dollars raised and a few letters written, how one person could make a difference on behalf of an issue they cared about. And I knew for the Spirit Bear that if I kept going, and if I used this failure to rebuild, to refocus, to research, to understand this issue from all sides, that I too could continue and find a way to have success for the Spirit Bear. And that's what I did. I learned empathy from my opposition, to understand why someone would not agree with where I stood. I refocused and recrafted my message to find a way to appeal to those who wouldn't normally think to support an issue like this one. And I focused on creating a solution that would meet the needs of all stakeholders and make everyone proud of our ultimate collective achievement. That only happened because I'd had that failure. Because when I received that form letter back, I thought it was all lost. But it wasn't. It was just the beginning. It was just the start of a next chapter on a bigger book, on a more important journey. And ultimately, one of the best pieces of advice I can ever give through my journey has been that through failure, it's amazing what success can spring to life. Ultimately, there may be 6 billion problems in this world, but there are 6 billion of us, each with a passion, each with a skill set. And when we each choose to make our voices heard, people start thinking differently about the world. And yes, we will encounter failure. But don't give up, because that failure may be the blessing in disguise that allows you to recraft yourself, your issue, your mission, and your vision, and find a way forward to take you to new heights that you never even dreamed possible. And I know that when we work together, we are going to find new solutions through failure. And through that, prove to ourselves that we are passionate about what we want to create, a better world for all life for generations to come. And through the failures that we each see and we each embrace, we will learn from one another and we will perfect our world and we will create a better world for all life for generations to come.